Today, Valve has released a really big update involving trades, and it's quite big for the Counter-Strike 2 trading scene. Basically, they announced that every single CS2 item will now count as a trade protected item, and these items can go back to their original owners if you just press one button. That means that let's say you buy an AVP Dragon Lore for $15,000, the guy sends you a trade and you receive it. That's very nice, but for 7 days, he would have the option to cancel the trade and get back his Dragon Lore, essentially leaving you with minus 15k and no skin. However, there is a setback. If you use this option, your whole account will be treated as compromised and will be locked away from trading for 30 days. So now that we know about this, a question remains. What now? Well, first of all, this update essentially killed peer-to-peer trading. You can't just go on a forum and ask a trader knife for a profit, since in 7 days prices can change a lot, and you can just cancel the trade if, let's say, one of your items has skyrocketed, so it's pretty much over for traders. Now let's talk about the websites who use peer-to-peer trading, like CSFloat for example. They will probably not be affected because since they deal with real-life money, they can just hold the balance until the 7-day trade hold expire. Also, some other websites uses bots, so once again they are just chilling with no real consequences from this, apart from a website update. For the most part, this update is not that bad for most people, but there is two categories of people who got utterly crushed by this update, and this is where the genius of Valve reveals itself. First of all, scammers. Yes, the level 10 people with no comments on their profile who constantly add you asking you to join their fake faceit team so they can steal your items. Basically, this update fucks scammers so hard that I wouldn't be surprised if Steam support sees a 99% ticket reduction and the staff get laid off, since, you know, the hackers know that they probably won't get past this new wall. Scammers heavily relied on being swift and efficient, and now that there is a 7-day hold, most people will just have the time to contact Steam support and get back their items in only a few hours. So if you're a scammer and you're watching this, I think it's time for you to wear the McDonald's hat and put the fries in the bag. Now the second category is also some of the people I hate the most, with scammers, and you can probably guess who they are, since I got fucked in the ass by them in the past. I'm obviously talking about gambling websites. Now, how would they be affected, you might ask? After all, these websites just use coins as currency and pose as trading websites, so they can just put out an update, like all of the other categories, right? Well, most of them already did, but their current problem cannot be countered the same way as these legit websites. CS2 gambling websites, like most gambling websites, relied on one thing to win a lot of money, and this thing is called addiction. Addiction can be defined as a compulsive behavior. It means that addiction is something that temporarily makes you lose control. The need is instant, and the urge is only brief and short term. Basically, it is a loss of control that may destroy you in a few minutes. This is what gambling websites rely on to make most of their profit. This is where CS2 gambling websites lost a lot. Now, since most people will have to wait 7 days to have their coins, they can just cancel trade after giving it a few thoughts. You can immediately see how even the websites know it themselves, since most of them warn their users that they will not tolerate such behavior, and are promising dire consequences for whoever pressed that button. But in reality, they probably know that this will happen a lot. They rely on them to provide liquidity to their websites. They won't do anything about it except refund the coins. So with this update, CS2 gambling websites will have to rely on cryptocurrencies and real money, which is killing their whole purpose of accepting CS2 items. Some websites don't even provide cryptocurrencies withdrawals and only provide items, but as I said, with this update, the liquidity of these websites is essentially gone. So I'm expecting a lot of gambling websites to just close, since they can't afford this loss. So overall, this update is a big 10 out of 10 from Valve. Anyways, let me hear your opinion about it in the comments, subscribe for more news and insights. This was your favorite degenerate Steam enjoyer. See you very soon.